Welcome to Lesson 7, Invading the Sanrensei. In the lower side invasion, people used to invade more often on the fourth line, but this point can be attacked. Black can play a small diagonal. If white attaches outward, black hanes. To avoid being cut apart, white must bend. If white tries to attach and run out, black can attach and cut directly. When white bends, black attaches and presses on the left. Black cannot seal white in directly. Even a net will not seal white in because black has too many weaknesses and cutting points. So black's attach and press is a feint. It looks as though black attacks white on the left, but its real purpose is to use that exchange to seal in white on the lower side. If white runs out, black captures the left side. Black's lower territory is damaged, but black gets compensation on the left and severely hurts white's large knight's move. Black is satisfied. If white retreats, how do we seal in white's 3 stones? Time is up. A knight's move is best. It gives white fewer forcing moves, and after a press, black can still block. If black presses directly, black creates more weaknesses. The knight's move is better, so white cannot retreat. White has to hane, and black extends naturally. If white turns toward the center, black turns left. Black still cannot seal white in yet. If black hanes at the head, white slips out. Black must first turn left. After white retreats, black can seal white in easily. Black now has only 2 cutting points. If white gives atari, black connects. This stone does not need to be sacrificed. When white makes the tiger's mouth, black gives atari on the left, so white 1 seems to reduce territory, but white gets an unfavorable result because the loss on the left is greater. That is why this invasion does not work. Of course, if you have a stone here, the invasion is playable because you can run back home easily. But without that stone, the invasion affects the left side. So invade on the 3rd line, white can seek life on either side and can also run out above. Black's most common replies are to cover from above or to nail down. First, if black covers, how do you make white 1 live? White should extend to the left. If white extends right, black blocks, white pushes, and black blocks again. Unless white has favorable co-threats, but in the opening there is no co, so white cannot fight this co. If white extends left, white is not afraid of being blocked from either side. Black connects. White has a powerful way to push through. White can push and cut directly. White sacrifices these 3 stones and gets more corner territory. If black gives atari, black loses all the corner territory. Black is very thick, but the territorial loss is too large, so black is not satisfied. That is why black 4 cannot make a tiger's mouth. White can push out, and black must answer almost every move. Black can choose the counter atari, but white makes life after the tiger's mouth. If black extends, white gives consecutive ataris. White blocks, which is the strongest move. If white connects, black turns and black's territory becomes much smaller. Why does black not cut after white blocks? White extends, black must give atari again, and the cut stone cannot escape. Cutting is even worse, so black can only make a single capture. This black block does not work. So black cannot make a tiger's mouth. When white extends, black can only connect. If black blocks on the left, white need not fight the ko and can live directly in black's territory. Why is the corner not so important? White can later make a small knight's move, and there is also the 3-3 point, so the corner holds little territory. White can later make a small knight's move, and there is also the 3-3 point, so the corner territory is small. Black connects to protect the cutting point. White can now enlarge its eye space. White attaches underneath. Attaching underneath makes life bigger than extending. If white extends, black blocks after the under attachment, black hanes and white live more comfortably. Black needs to protect the cutting point by connecting. If black connects on the fourth line, white can hane and empty black's side territory. Connecting on the fourth line is a hard-headed shape. When white hanes, black can block. White then makes a large knight's move. White is alive, destroying black's territory from the side into the corner. Black's gain is thickness. First extends so that white can later attach underneath here. The right side has more territory, so white should reduce the right side. The corner is already leaking, so it is not urgent. When black hanes, white connects. The large knight's move runs faster than a small knight's move and closes more and cannot be cut apart. Do not push. Pushing crashes liberties, and crashing liberties is bad shape. After that, white cannot make a large knight's move and can be cut apart. Without pushing, white can make the large knight's move. Try to set this up. After white invades and black attaches, how does white make life locally? This is not only for Sanrensei. Whenever black has this jump plus a 3-space extension, you can invade. White invades on the third line. When black attaches and presses, white first extends left, then attaches underneath. This under attachment is absolute sente. Then white makes a large knight's move to live. After the attach and press, white is satisfied whether black makes a tiger's mouth or connects. If black nails down, the intention is clear. Black wants to enclose territory on the right. You are white. How would you run with white 1? Running out is easy, but how do you run so that it is easy to make life? This jump is exactly what black wants. Black follows with a jump. White runs out but lacks eye space, and a one-space jump escape affects white's left side. White's correct move is the placement. White still wants to make life locally, simply running out is only an escape with one-space jumps. If black blocks, white can abandon white 1, reduce the corner, crawl into the corner, and make life. Black connects to protect the cut. White hanes and connects. This both reduces black's side territory and adds liberties. After the hane and connect, how does white connect back home? We studied something similar in lesson 1. The usual tsuji is for white to make a knight's move back home. When black hanes, white makes a tiger's mouth. It is safe. If black plays down, white cuts and captures it. Only the knight's move connects back. Other methods fail. If white jumps, black can attach and cut. If white hanes, black cuts and gives atari. Once white connects with the left side, white is very satisfied. White gets the corner territory safely and has no isolated group. If black does not want white to live in the corner, black blocks on the left. After the exchange of 3 and 4, white has enlarged its eye space and can connect back. After black connects, white makes a tiger's mouth and runs out. This is easier to make life with than the direct jump. To reduce more territory, white can jump here. White 13, the placement, is mistimed because black's corner group is alive. Black turns, if white cuts, black makes a small diagonal. Protecting the cut loses scent. Black is thick and white is thin, so white cannot play the placement yet. Only when black is thin and white is thick can white play it. This is the variation where white runs out. Let us repeat the order. Black's connection is solid, and black has an even tougher continuation. White makes a tiger's mouth. Why not jump? If white jumps, black extends and destroys white's eye shape. White makes a tiger's mouth and black hanes. If black plays the placement now, white connects. Black extends at the head. Remember this. Later I will show you a clever life-making move. For now, remember white's ordinary way of running out. The order here is first hane and connect. I saw some students make a small knight's move directly. Then black hanes on the left and white 9 is already too late. First hane and connect reduces more of the opponent's territory and, more importantly, adds liberties. With this hane and connect, black cannot cut white apart. Without it, white cannot force a connection back. The liberty race loses and white dies. Black certainly will not block here. If black did block, this becomes a life and death problem. Black's proper move is first to give atari, then block. White cannot make an eye here. Black connects and captures white again. If black first placed the throw in, black will not be captured. Black gives atari on the first line. If white captures, black dies, so white 15 cannot be saved. When black captures, white should make an eye. Do not rush to give atari or it becomes a ko. When white plays the throw in, black sees the mistake. Black should have given atari first. White must hane first to add liberties. Then in a capturing race, black fails because white has an eye while black has no eye and fewer liberties. First, extend left. Many people confuse this. If white extends right, black blocks. Extending left is safe because white wants to go right afterward. Then attach underneath to reduce more of the right side. Many people played the cut. That crashes liberties, and white can only make a small knight's move afterward. Even if you intended that move, do not crash that liberty. Black will not connect in goatee. Then make a large knight's move. Another mistake is to tanuki after the under attachment. White's stone is captured, which is very costly. Return to the life-making Tasuji. White made a tiger's mouth and ran out. Why does black not keep haning? White is soft-headed and repeated hanes drive white closer to black's territory, which hurts black's framework, so black simply extends. Why not jump? After white gives atari, white runs out smoothly and quickly, so black extends. Why does white settle this way? White has a way to live by ko on the lower side. Think about how white can make life by ko. The answers you chose are not quite right, though some are playable. F18 is not the best move. This is not how to start the ko. That ko is ordinary. Here is a clever move. Play down. The opponent can easily let white live unconditionally. Even with black's correct reply, the result is a ko, slightly better for white than F18. When white plays down, if black gives atari, white can use the second line under attachment to make life. The rest is simple. White plays down and lives unconditionally. If black answers wrongly, white can live unconditionally, so there is no need to fight a hard ko. On the side, playing down helps enlarge ice space. If black makes a small diagonal, white's bent tiger's mouth also lives unconditionally. Black clamps, white makes an eye, and black cannot connect back. Black tries to connect through, but this is a snap back. The two variations both let white live unconditionally. Black also has a tesuji here. Think where black should play. It is harder than white's play down, only the correct black move produces a ko. Someone wants to play at f1-8, so let us study f1-8. White connects. When black extends, white can live. White hanes on the first line. When black comes to remove the eye, white has already made one eye, white then attaches underneath and plays down. White is alive, and black cannot connect and capture. If black makes a small diagonal, white bends once and is still alive. Black cannot capture white at f18. Black gives atari, white answers with atari, then black captures and gives atari again. Although the left side is a carpenter square, white can make another eye on the right, so black's clamp at f1-18 cannot kill white. Giving atari on the first line is correct. If white connects, black plays a placement. Whether white connects or hanes to defend, this local group has only one eye. If white makes an eye, black captures and white still has only one eye. If white attaches underneath here, how can black continue to destroy white's eye? Time is up. Black clamps to destroy the eye because the clamp is faster than capturing. White must connect in goti, otherwise white loses even the one eye. White bends, making life by ko. Black plays at the head and white makes the ko. Even if white loses this ko, there is a later endgame eye below. White's playdown is a tsuji, better than f18. Because this variation exists, white has a way to live by ko on the lower side. So white is not too worried while running out. This ko can be used at any time, and white's escape itself is a ko threat. This ko is not light for black. If black loses it, the placement point can be played and black's group is not alive. Let us set up the variation until the ko is formed. White does not start the ko immediately. Remember that the ko exists here. When white needs to make life, white can use it. For now, white should run out first. It is normal for lower-level students not to remember everything. Let me show it again. First remember the invasion, then look at Black's choices. If Black covers, White makes life locally. As we learned earlier, White makes a large knight's move to reduce as much territory as possible. When Black plays at the head later, White can make a knight's move left. If Black nails down, White plays the placement. This is the variation I wanted you to remember. White will run out now. When White wants to live later, play this way, only this Tetsuji makes life by ko. If Black blocks on the right, White lives in the corner. These are the 3 variations to remember. There is one variation to mention. Why can White not simply make a tiger's mouth and live? Let me explain. Black can play a placement. If White blocks, Black has more liberties in the capturing race and White dies. White cannot block, White must connect, and Black connects through. Before connecting through, Black can extend once more. White has no eye. Even though Black's connection through is good, Black's play at the head is goatee, while Black's later small diagonal is absolute senti and restricts White's escape. That is why White cannot make the tiger's mouth. Black has the second line placement. Why not make an eye directly? Black first makes a small diagonal, then cuts and gives atari. White has only one eye. If White first makes a small diagonal to enlarge eye space, Black also plays the placement first and blocks. White still cannot make 2 eyes. This is probably the most complicated diagram. The simplest one is when Black blocks, White simply turns. Do not invade on the 4th line. If White really invades here, remember that Black cannot play at these 4 points. If Black covers from above, White hanes and Black's right-hand stone is hurt. If Black attaches underneath, White still hanes and the right-hand Black stone is hurt again. White can choose which side to hane according to the situation. This horizontal play at the head is not good. White plays at the head too. Black cannot play on these 4 liberties of White. Black should make a small diagonal on whichever side can enclose territory. Here, that is the right side. That is all for today. Bye-bye.